Picture this for a moment. It's 1975. We're on the beautiful, sun-drenched island of Okinawa, Japan. A young cardiologist, Dr. Suzuki, drives his car down a dusty road. He's recently arrived from the busy city of Tokyo, and he's just received a phone call that he simply can't believe. A colleague told him, "You need to get down here. There is a 100-year-old woman in the village who is currently outside in the heat, cutting grass by hand." Now, being a doctor, he was skeptical. He drives out there expecting to find a frail, bedridden elderly lady, perhaps confused or weak. But when he pulls up to the house, his jaw drops. He doesn't find a frail patient. He discovers a woman so vibrant, so full of energy and life that she doesn't even realize she's supposed to be old. She's moving with the strength of someone half her age. That single moment changed everything. It sparked a 50-year quest to unlock the secrets hidden inside your body right now. These are secrets that could literally add healthy, happy decades to your life, whether you live in sunny Florida or the suburbs of Chicago. But here is the shocking part. While Dr. Suzuki was documenting these incredible centenarians, people living to 100 and beyond, another scientist was making a discovery in the lab that was so groundbreaking it would eventually win him the Nobel Prize. This researcher stumbled upon something extraordinary. He found that inside every single one of us, there are tiny cellular janitors. Think of them as a microscopic cleaning crew working inside your cells. When they're active, they devour cancer cells, they burn up fat, and they actually reverse the damage of aging. The problem? For most of us, these microscopic heroes are asleep on the job. They only spring into action under very specific conditions. And here's the kicker. Most of us, living our modern American lifestyles, accidentally shut them down every single day. We're turning off the very switch that keeps us young. Today on Senior Medical Hub, I'm going to reveal exactly how these scientists cracked the code of cellular regeneration. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can activate this hidden superpower starting tonight, right from your own kitchen. But be warned, there is one common healthy habit that almost every senior in America does, usually around 8 a.m., that instantly stops this anti-aging process dead in its tracks. I'll explain what that is in just a moment, and the answer might genuinely shock you. Before we continue, tell me in the comments where you're watching this video from. And if you have any personal question or health concern, make sure to share it in the comments. I read every one of them. The science of self-eating. Now, let's get back to that Nobel Prize-winning discovery. It was 1988. A researcher named Dr. Osumi was staring through a microscope, feeling incredibly frustrated. For months, he had been trying to understand a weird phenomenon. Why do cells sometimes seem to eat themselves? His peers thought he was wasting his time. They said, "It's just garbage disposal, it doesn't matter." But he had a hunch. He engineered special yeast cells and decided to starve them of nutrients. Then he watched. Under the microscope, something incredible happened. He saw tiny cellular structures he'd never seen before, like tiny Pac-Man figures gobbling up the damaged parts of the cell. They were taking the trash, the broken proteins, and the junk and recycling them into fresh energy and new building materials. The scientific world was stunned. This was proof that your body has a built-in fountain of youth. But there was a catch, a big one. Autophagy only activates when your body thinks it is in survival mode. It doesn't happen when you are constantly full. And researchers realized something profound. The ancient eating habits of those Japanese centenarians were accidentally triggering this process every single day. Let's go back to Okinawa. Remember that woman cutting the grass? Dr. Suzuki couldn't get her out of his mind. As he visited more elderly residents, he found something that defied modern medicine. At 95, people were still farming. At 100, they were dancing and socializing. Their arteries were cleaner than most 50-year-olds in America. Their rates of cancer and dementia were practically non-existent. Their secret wasn't a magic pill, it wasn't a surgery. It was an ancient piece of wisdom they called Hara Hachi Bu. Before every meal, they would quietly whisper this phrase to themselves. It translates to eat until you are 8 parts full. Not stuffed, not Thanksgiving full, just comfortably content.
Here is why this matters for you. When you stop eating at 80% fullness, you are creating the exact biological condition needed to flip that autophagy switch. You give your cells just enough stress to say, hey, we need to be efficient here. Let's clean up the trash. Picture your cells like a factory floor. If you were constantly shoving food into your body, snacking, 3 big meals, dessert, the factory workers are overwhelmed. They are constantly processing new shipments. There's no time to sweep the floor or fix the broken machines. But when you stop at 80%, or when you take a break from eating, the night shift arrives. The factory shuts down for maintenance. They start cleaning, repairing, and throwing out the junk. This concept was proven by another legend in the field, a physician who lived to be 105 years old. He noticed a pattern in his patients. Everyone with serious health issues, heart problems, skin issues, low energy, also had digestive problems. He realized that gut health is the master switch. He developed a protocol that was shockingly simple. He would eat a light breakfast, a tiny lunch, and save his main meal for early dinner. But here's the key. He finished eating by 6 p.m. and did not eat again until 10 a.m. the next day. That's 16 hours. 16 hours of giving his body time to clean house. The results? At 102 years old, this man was flying to New York to give lectures. He worked 18-hour days. When reporters asked him, "What is your secret?" he would smile and say, "I just give my body time to clean house every night." Meanwhile, in the US, another Japanese-American doctor, Dr. Shinya, was revolutionizing how we look at the gut. He invented the modern colonoscopy. Over his career, he looked inside the colons of over 300,000 people. He could predict someone's overall health just by looking at their digestive tract. He found that people who ate the standard Western diet, processed foods, heavy meats, constant snacking, had colons that looked thick, stiff, and dirty. They were clogged. But the people who gave their digestive systems a break, their colons were pink, soft, and clean. They looked decades younger. He realized that when you constantly stuff your digestive system, it never gets a chance to heal. But when you give it that 14 to 16-hour break, magic happens. The cells lining your gut regenerate, your liver does a deep clean, your entire body shifts into repair mode. So how do we use this? Most people think the body repairs itself while you sleep. That's true, but the real deep cleaning, the intense autophagy, happens in the final hours of your fast, usually right before you wake up and for a few hours after. When you've been fasting for about 12 to 16 hours, your cellular janitors are working overtime. But here's the mistake we make in America. We wake up, walk to the kitchen, and immediately pour a sugary coffee or eat a bagel. Bam! You send a signal to your body that says, "Stop cleaning, new shipment arriving." The centenarians did it differently. They extended that window. They let the cleaning crew finish the job. Now, it wasn't just when they ate, it was what they ate. If you go to a grocery store in Okinawa, you won't see aisles of white bread. You see purple sweet potatoes. These aren't just potatoes, they are superfoods. They're packed with color, which means they're packed with antioxidants. They provide steady energy without spiking your blood sugar. High insulin kills autophagy. These potatoes keep insulin low, keeping you in the repair zone. They also filled their plates with bitter foods, bitter melon, leafy greens, seaweed. In the US, our diet is very sweet and salty. We miss the bitter taste, but bitter foods are like medicine for your liver. They help regulate blood sugar, which is essential for this process. And we cannot forget what they drank. Dr. Suzuki noticed that the healthiest seniors had a tea ritual. They would sit for hours, sipping jasmine or green tea. These teas contain polyphenols, compounds that actually protect your cells while they are being repaired. Plus, think about the habit. If you're sipping tea, you aren't mindlessly snacking on chips. It's a natural way to control your appetite. Your 4-week action plan.
I know what you're thinking. I live in Texas or Ohio or New York. I can't live like a villager in Japan. And you're right, you don't have to. We can adapt these principles to your life right now. You don't need to move to an island. You just need to change your schedule slightly. Here is a step-by-step 4-week action plan to activate your cellular janitors. Week 1. Practice the pause. This is the Hara Hachi Bu week. Don't change what you eat yet, just change how much. When you are eating dinner, pause when you feel 80% full. If you feel stuffed, you went too far. You want to feel light enough that you could go for a walk immediately after dinner. Week 2, close the kitchen. Start extending your overnight fast. If you finish dinner at 7 p.m., do not eat a single calorie until 7 a.m. That's 12 hours. It's easy because you were sleeping for most of it. Once that feels normal, push breakfast to 8 a.m., then 9 a.m. Aim for 14 to 16 hours. Week 3, the morning switch. Instead of a heavy breakfast, start your day with hydration. Warm water with lemon or a green tea. Dr. Hara famously used vegetable juice with a spoonful of olive oil to keep his blood sugar stable. Wait 20 to 30 minutes after your drink before you eat solid food. This gentle transition helps your body maximize the cleaning phase. Week 4, the color upgrade. Now we look at the plate. Can you add more color? Swap the white potato for a sweet potato. Add spinach to your eggs. Try a new vegetable. Treat your food like the medicine it is. The road ahead and critical mistakes to avoid. What can you expect? In the first week, you might feel a little hungry. That is normal. It's your body adjusting. But by week 2, the afternoon crash will vanish. Your sleep will get deeper. By month 2, people will start asking what you're doing because your skin will look different. You will move with less pain. You will feel lighter. But before I let you go, I need to share something crucial. I want to add a very specific warning for my American audience, because in our culture, we tend to rush things, and that can backfire. Here are the 3 biggest traps seniors fall into when trying this protocol and how to avoid them. Trap number 1 is dehydration. When you stop eating constantly, you actually lose a lot of water. Food contains water, and when you cut out snacking, you might find yourself getting headaches or feeling dizzy. You might think, oh, fasting isn't for me, but really, you're just thirsty. In the US, we love our coffee, but coffee is a diuretic. It pushes water out. When you wake up and are in that cleaning window, you must flood your system with water. Add a pinch of sea salt to it for electrolytes. If you don't hydrate, your cells can't flush out the toxins they are cleaning up. It's like scrubbing a floor but having no water to rinse away the soap. Trap number 2 is the medication mistake. Many of you watching this might be on medication for blood pressure or blood sugar. This is vital. If you start eating significantly less or change your eating window, your medication needs might change rapidly. If you take insulin or blood pressure meds and you skip breakfast, your numbers could drop too low. Please talk to your doctor. Tell them, I am going to try time-restricted eating. They may need to adjust your dosage. This is a good thing. It means you are getting healthier, but you must do it safely. Trap number 3 is the all-or-nothing mindset. We Americans love extreme makeovers. We want to go from 0 to hero in one day. Do not do this. If you try to fast for 18 hours tomorrow, you will be miserable, you will binge eat at night, and you will quit. The Okinawan way is gentle, it is slow, it is sustainable. If you can only do 12 hours right now, that is a victory. If you mess up and have a late-night slice of pizza, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on track the next morning. Stress is the enemy of longevity. Guilt is the enemy of health. Dr. Suzuki is still researching in his 90s. He recently learned to play a new musical instrument. He proves that life doesn't stop at 60, 70, or even 80. Your body is a miracle. It is waiting for you to give it a break so it can repair itself. It doesn't matter if you are 50 or 85. Your cells still have that janitor function inside them. They are just waiting for the signal. Tonight, when you put down your fork a little earlier than usual, remember, you aren't just skipping a snack. You are turning on a biological machine that has been evolving for millions of years. You are joining a tradition of the longest-lived people on Earth. Your transformation begins with that single choice, giving your body the gift of time to heal, repair, and regenerate. If this journey into the secrets of cellular regeneration has inspired you, please type yes in the comments below. Your engagement helps us get this message to more people who need it. Hit that like button if you are ready to start your own longevity journey. Share this video with a friend or family member, maybe someone you want to be around for a long time. And subscribe to Senior Medical Hub for more evidence-based discoveries that could add decades to your life. I'm rooting for you. Here's to your health. Thank you for watching.